everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop.
Hello and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace and this is Mimosa Monday. I hope you all have your mimosas ready. I got mine. These YouTube streets are hot right now. I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of live viewers because I know it's a lot of lives going on right now with some tea. I'm not speaking on it. I want to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac and talk about the show and my thoughts on it. So I'm going to give a full review on the show. Then you can check me out on Don't Tell Me, Tell the People at 10 o'clock. It is Nikki Poo's birthday, and thank you, Nikki Poo, for subscribing to my channel. Also, happy birthday. You are now a sugar baby as well, but thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm excited with the way this channel is growing. I got another fabulous collab coming in the next week or so. You guys are going to be shocked about who it is. I can't wait though. So be sure to check me out in the coming weeks. Hi, Aviel. I need to make you a moderator too. I want to add one more moderator to my channel. So I know y'all are stretched thin. Everybody wants y'all, but I do want to make you a mod on my channel. But let's get into this review of Real Housewives of Potomac. So I feel like this episode was kind of boring. There were a lot of filler scenes, and I can't wait to see what happens on the next episode. But basically, it opens up with Mia talking about, yes, thank you, Aviel. It opens up with Mia and my daughter talking. It opens up with Mia talking about her mom with her husband and going to lunch. She's nervous about it. She wants her mother to basically, she wants them in their relationship, and she wants her mother to come to the lunch and leave feeling better about their situation. So I think it's sweet, and I'll talk more about their relationship later on. But it cuts to Wendy and Eddie talking about the allegations, the cheating allegations in the trip. So both of them are very hurt by these allegations because of everything that they have gone through. They shared their personal situation with the other women on the show. I was about to say the wives, and not all of them are wives, but they shared their situation with them. Eddie's parents have not met their children at all. And, you know, Eddie's parents, they were against their whole marriage. And so it's a sad situation. I don't think that Eddie has infidelities, and I just feel like if he did, more would have came out. And I think I talked about this on another show with some other people. But basically, if he really cheated, hey, Sonny, don't tell me, tell the people. I was just telling them about your Mimosa Monday. Then I'm going to head over there after this. But no, I feel like if Eddie really has something going on, we would have learned more information about it. Like with everybody else that cheated, other people came forward. And with him, the only thing that we heard was this made up, I'm starting to think it was a made up rumor that was put out there by the blog to just make them look bad. Wendy was one of the people that kind of went against that blog, and so they made up this rumor about her. And they tend the rumor states that that blog tends to make up a lot of stories for content. And so I believe the Eddie cheating was a made up story for content for that channel. Next we go to Giselle. Hey, Sharon. Next we go to Giselle and Robin in this podcast. Hi, LB. We go to Giselle and Robin with this podcast. And I'm sorry if I stopped to speak to everybody. I do like to recognize everybody. But they have this podcast, Reasonably Shady, because Robin is supposed to be reasonable and Giselle is supposed to be shady or something like that. The whole thing just seems ridiculous. It's boring. I really feel like they are trying to compete with Monique because Monique has her YouTube channel and is successful right now. Yes, I agree. Considering the source and then the fact that Giselle ran with it, I doubt the rumor is true. Correct, Aviel. I'm definitely 100% with you on that. Going back to this podcast, the one thing that I found interesting is that Giselle started talking about the statistics of cheating. And she said she looked at her friends and she believes the statistics, they're 100%. So she's basically saying that she believes Eddie has cheated on Wendy, which is not right. Giselle, for her to act like she was so sincere and coming to her and they had this real friendship, she should know how the blogs are, and she should know that they tend to make up a lot of stuff. So I don't know if this is shade coming from Giselle or just flat out just evil. Hey, Keaton. So Robin even said that, well, cut to back to the cheating statistics. Giselle also said that she wishes someone would have came and talked to her 2 years ago. And we all know that she was with Jamal 2 years ago. And she claims she was joking when she made that statement about somebody warning her about 2 years ago. But we all know that he has cheated on her. Their relationship wasn't real. And even Robin said that they never saw Giselle with Jamal. So he was the man that lived in her phone. Yes, just exactly. Giselle and Robin talking relationships is ridiculous. Like, come on. Hey, Candace. And so Robin starts to go into how her relationship was with Juan, and she basically said that when her and Juan got married, he cheated on her, and that was why they got divorced. And I know a few weeks ago we did talk about how allegedly Juan cheated with the friend that has stole their money. That was alleged. That's not a rumor on the show, but that's a rumor that I've been hearing outside of the show. As for Juan cheating, I didn't think she left him for the cheating. The way that the reason why I think she originally left him was because of the whole money situation, or why they divorced, because of the finances. This is the first time I'm really hearing that he cheated on her back then. And I didn't know that. So if y'all remember that, I don't. I just remember the money situation and their problems with that. But she said now that if he was to do it now, she would leave because she's older and all this other stuff. I don't believe her at all. I think that, as the young people say, that's cap. She ain't leaving Juan because she stayed this long and they've been together since high school. What's different now? That's something I ask in my profession. I will ask some of the people that inquire about my profession, like, what's different now when they're wanting to get back into my profession. So Jizzy said that with the whole Wendy situation, she was checking in with Wendy and she was sincere and all this other stuff. I don't believe that. So I think Robin and Giselle are two of the fakest people on this show. And originally I loved Giselle, but she just seems fake. She doesn't acknowledge her own situation when it's brought to her, because the producers asked her about here I go mixing up names. Producers asked her about Jamal. She basically said that she wasn't talking about that. She was joking. So it is what it is. What does she mean if? Exactly, if he cheats. The man already done cheated. So going to the next scene is Candace and Chris talking about everything that she's working on and him managing her. She talks a little bit about the trip and how Giselle was very messy and how she said to her that Chris is riding her coattails as her husbander, which we all said that too. They tried to explain it as he was supportive, or she was supportive of his businesses, to the extent where she was even a hostess in his restaurant. So he was managing the restaurant, or owning, I don't know. He owned the restaurant previously. So he wasn't just the chef, he was the owner. And I know we all thought he was the manager. And so Candace ends it with Giselle is scorned. She also talks about how Ashley brought the bullshit to her trip, and it wasn't a relaxing trip like what she wanted it to be. And so, yeah. Moving on to that, this episode, it was kind of boring. So I don't have a lot to say about it, but going on to Ashley and Michael, this is a filler scene. They go and see massages for their baby. The baby has some issues with latching on and eating, so they're having the baby massage before they actually have to have the baby. Before the baby has to get surgery, they want to see if this method will work. So moving on from that, Robin is talking to her son about a life coach. She wants a life coach to get herself together. Her birthday is coming up. I think, I don't know if she was saying she was turning 42 or 43. I missed that part. But she feels she needs it together. I honestly thought a few seasons ago, Robin had it together when she was getting back into real estate. She was flipping homes. So I guess she went back into a slump and she wants to get back on track. So that was that scene. We cut to Mia and her mom. Oh, what did you say, Keaton? She should have used that same energy towards Baloney Neck. Yes, she sure should have. But it cuts to Mia and her mother. This story is very sad. There were a lot of bad things that happened to me in her childhood. And this is the part of me that it's sad. I know this part is the truthful part. And maybe this explains the reason why she makes up a lot of lies, or she acts like she doesn't remember things. Maybe it's just a defense mechanism for her, especially with dealing with her past. So we do find out she was burned. As a child, her father was responsible for her being burned because he was supposed to be at home with her, but he was actually in the basement with another woman. Like, the story is so sad. And the mom doesn't want to talk about it. She cries. So this was a very, very sad part of the show. I really hope that they mend their relationship together. I hope that they both get the counseling that they need. So that part was sad. We cut to Karen and her dress fitting, which to me is another filler scene. They learn in this scene that Wendy and Karen are not invited to Robin's birthday party, which I don't think they care anyway. They didn't wish, according to Giselle, they didn't wish Robin a happy birthday. So as of right now, it appears that Wendy is not ready to mend fences with Giselle or really Robin, or I guess in her mind, she thinks she's mended it with Robin, but she's not ready to talk with Giselle. I don't know if this friendship will make it, because it was built off of being mad at Monique originally. I don't think Giselle ever really liked Wendy to begin with. Wendy was just an extra person to add to the other people that didn't like Monique. So, I don't see their friendship lasting. So we cut to, after that, Chris and Candace at lunch. And so they are talking about her schedule again. Wendy was looking damn good. Yeah, to me, Wendy always looks good. I've never seen Wendy not look good on this show. She's always on point, especially this season. But we cut to Candace and Chris at this lunch, and they're talking about Candace's schedule. Chris is saying he has some cooking classes scheduled. He's not going to be able to be at one of the things that she has planned, and she's upset about it. And she feels like that he's not supportive of everything that she's doing. And I think he was kind of mad at the comment that Giselle said. And so that carried over to this lunch. I don't know when the events line up, but he was mad at something. And in that situation, it gets very tricky. You have a spouse that's not working and they're supporting you. And then this spouse happens to be a man. And traditionally, even though things have changed, we still know traditionally men are looked at as the breadwinners, and they're looked at the person in the household that will bring in the money. So for him not to be working, and for him to be so-called supporting her and her husbander with this, with her career, it is a little shaky. And so I felt like he went and booked him some cooking gigs in order to act like he had some things to do. Right, Keaton, the cooking classes. That's what was funny to me. Like he all of a sudden has cooking classes, and then they get mad. Candace talked real reckless to him. I'll say this. I really feel like he probably feels disrespected as a husband and as a man, even though Candace is not wrong in the support that she wants, but the way that she talks to him is just, it's kind of sideways. She basically told him that she would cuss him the F out. So I hollered when she said that, even though that was so mean. I've never talked to my husband like that, even though, like, I'll speak my piece, I'll say whatever. But Candace's mouth is very, very reckless. Of course, it upsets Chris. He's talking about he's going to play golf, which going to play golf, I feel like is going to see another woman. I don't know. With the way that this man is talking to her, it's not good. And I don't see them lasting. The finances, even though they don't want to admit it, may be an issue in the relationship. Him not having a job may be an issue. And I know they're trying to disguise it with the whole, or it's under the guise of he's her husbander, but it's a mess. Yes, Napkin Candace always remind us why people want to put paws on her. Exactly. And she dotted her eye then when they were so-called arguing, which it looked fake. I don't know if she was trying to wipe off some makeup or, excuse me, just for a second. But I don't know if she was dotting some makeup out of her eye or if she was really crying, because I didn't see no tears. But she had the napkin again. So Keaton, you said even though he ain't collected a check, I would have checked her with her right there in public. Yeah, it was so messed up. the way that she talked to him, and I don't feel bad about him walking out of the restaurant at all. She was out of order. Don't embarrass your husband in public. Exactly. That conversation was a conversation that could have been had at home. Like, I don't know. I just can't berate a man like that in public. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm not this submissive wife. I have a mouth on me, but I have enough respect for myself and for my husband not to embarrass us in public. And to me, that was embarrassing. So yeah, your ass about to emasculate me on damn TV and in public. Exactly. Yep. Yep. At home, exactly. And off camera. Because I wouldn't blame him if he stepped out, even though that's I hate to say that, but that's a very toxic situation right there. And it would, for me, if that's how it is constantly, I probably would have to remove myself and we wouldn't be married if I were Chris, because she needs to get it together. Clearly, I don't know if she needs counseling. I don't know if she needs to deal with her mommy issues or what. But if I was Chris, she damn for sure would not be talking to me like that. So, yeah, she ends up paying for their meal. And then he's waiting in the car and then they leave. And then 3 hours later, she talks about how it's unresolved. Yes, she is definitely a spoiled brat. And she does need to deal with her own issues. But 3 hours later, we cut to the birthday dinner, which I know they're going to show the rest of it on the next episode. But basically, the 6 ladies arrive. They don't feel like, Robin and Giselle don't feel like that they've made up with Wendy. Robin feels like Wendy's apology was fake and not genuine. I would have accepted it. We wouldn't have to be close, but for the show, I would have invited her to the dinner. Imagine that Dorothy paid for the meal. Yes, Dorothy did pay for the meal. But going back to the dinner, Giselle also says she gave Wendy the space to talk with her, and she didn't, and so that's why she's not there. But the thing is, this is Robin's party. I don't know. I guess Giselle was responsible for the invitations. I don't know. No offense to light-skinned people, but the light-skin alliance tends to get on my nerves, or the green-eyed bandits, whatever they call them. They get on my nerves. I want to talk about Candace in the whole Ashley exchange. So Ashley was wrong in coming to the trip and just dropping that bone on Wendy and leaving, because I really felt like that was her purpose. And then the way that she delivered it, I agree with Escala, and I do agree with Candace on this. Ashley's delivery of it was not right. It definitely sounded like she was coming to her believing what the blogs had said. She came to Wendy as if, okay, yeah, we have a common interest now. Both of our husbands cheated. And Wendy, I know, was like, what the hell are you talking about? My husband hasn't cheated on me. My husband's not Michael. So I agree with that. But what I don't agree with Candace is the fat shaming of Ashley. Candace, for some reason, has so much animosity towards Ashley. She goes for the jugular. She talks about her looks. She talks about her forehead, and then she said her wide ass. And Ashley is nowhere near wide or fat. And so I don't know why Candace has this much animosity. Now, I understand that Monique wrote the letter. Candace wrote the letter for Monique. Yep, she is jealous. The way she talks about her look, it definitely comes off as if she's jealous. But I know Ashley wrote that letter for Monique, the character letter, and Candace may be mad about that. But my thing is, if you're that mad, then I don't see why they are at the same events, because one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to talk to me crazy. And Ashley's better than me, because I would have went flat off on Candace. That mouth tends to get her in trouble. And she's definitely writing some more checks that her behind cannot cash. And I don't have any sympathy for her in regards to the situation with her and Monique, because she's yet again running her mouth. And we're seeing why she was dragged last season. And it looks like she's trying to work her way to get dragged this season. I'm sorry, but Big Forehead took me out. I had to kiki. Yeah, it was funny. I wasn't expecting it, but the whole wide ass comment, that was too much. Yes, Ashley was wrong. Why is she even involved? Go and take care of your new baby. Yeah. Yeah. I think if Wendy and Karen weren't invited, I do think Ashley should not have been invited as well. She has her baby and she has like some animosity. Either Candace should not have came or Ashley should not have come. So I don't think they need to be in the same room with each other because it's always this animosity. In the milkmaid comment, yeah. Candace is ruthless with that mouth. But we will see what happens on the next episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. That was my review. I want to stay on about 10 more minutes. At 10 o'clock, I'm going to join Sunny. I'm watching her show, but I may come up. She does Mimosa Monday as well. Don't Tell Me, Tell the People is her show. I'll be watching. I'm also going to get in the bushes of some of these shows that's going on. Candy had an agenda. She was still mad at Chris and Ashley was a target. Oh, yeah, that too. I agree with you on that part, Keaton. She probably was still mad at Chris and she found an easy way to take her anger out on somebody. And it definitely was Ashley. So I know it's a lot going on in these streets out here. Girl, yes, the bushes are very lit. I watched a 6-hour live today while I was like cleaning up and doing stuff around the house. Yeah, it's been crazy in these bushes. Keaton, I'm gonna need Ashley to snap because that conversation between her and Michael, I wanted to kick his ass. What conversation? What conversation with Michael? With the sex or with the baby? I don't know. Their scenes I rarely pay attention to because I'm not interested in Michael and Ashley's relationship at all. So, and then get it from Candy there would have been a wig shift. Yeah. In the car. Oh yeah. When they were talking. Yeah. I kind of like went and did other stuff while that was playing about her not being fat. Oh yeah, definitely. Every scene with Michael is cringy. It definitely is. That's why I don't like watching it. I don't have a lot of commentary for their scenes because I don't pay attention to it. Lord, 6 hours, I can't do it. I didn't think I can do it either, but I didn't realize that it had been 6 hours and the comments were lit in this particular live. So I was definitely watching. It was very lit. I stayed in the bushes. This particular show, well, I'll just say a shout out to All About the Trees. I just recently subscribed. It was a very good show. I love her opinion on things. She is very diplomatic in how she speaks on the situations that are going on. But yeah, it was lit in them bushes. Yes, lit. So I'm going to go ahead and end it a little early because I do want to eat a little dinner because I've been running around all day. I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm not going to have anybody come up today. I will be live again tomorrow. Next week, I am collabing with someone you all know as well. Wednesday, I still have the show with So Debonair. And then Thursdays, we do champagne conversations with Keaton, So Debonair, and Sunny on Don't Tell Me, Tell the People on that channel. But next week, I'll be collabing with someone else, and we will be doing a review. And this person, it's a she does reviews. And so be expecting to see that. About after the 4-hour mark, I had to go have to have a good damn day to myself. Yeah, that live was very, very long, but it was good. It was definitely good. But I hope you all enjoyed this review. Make sure you click the like button. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Again, my name is Candace, and this is The Candy Shop. I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for your support. And you all have a good night. Goodbye.
But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time.